So if you ask me if Yamaha R1 can be considered a daily bike, yeah, I would say yes.
I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
Damn, the morning traffic is damn bad, man. Alright, here we are. It's time for servicing.
let's go.
Right, so servicing's done. Whoa, that's loud, bro. So what I've just did is oil change, cleaning of air filter. Spark plug is still usable, so I didn't replace the spark plug. It's really essential to, you know, maintain the bike, especially engine oil, because there are a lot of moving parts and components in the engine. So the engine oil will help to lubricate the component to reduce wear and tear. Ever since I bought my R1, a lot of you have been asking me, is it worth to own and ride a Yamaha R1 in Singapore? Can this Yamaha R1 be a daily bike? I don't see there's any issues because I've been riding this bike almost every day. So this Yamaha R1 is considered as my daily bike. I would say it really depends on your wallet and also what you are looking for as a daily bike. So if you are riding a 1000cc bike, definitely you are going to pay a lot more, be it on the fuel. What the hell, bro? Almost, bro. What the hell? This is why we need to watch out for cars. Damn, that's a near miss accident. So where am I? Yeah, so I was talking about the cost of owning a Yamaha R1. Because you are riding a 1000cc bike, so the fuel costs, the maintenance costs, your insurance, Roadtax is definitely a lot higher than your 2B bikes. If you guys are upgrading your bike from a 2B to a 1000cc bike, fuel consumption will be about 3 times more if you're riding a 2B bike. Insurance, it really depends on your age also. So this year I'm 33 years old and my insurance is around $300 over. So if you guys are aged below 26, the insurance premium will be a lot higher, probably around 1,000 plus a year. Roadtax on this R1 is about $200 over. So once the R1 is in the 10 years mark, on the 11 years, the road tax will be increased by 10%, and then the second year will be 20%, and then all the way up to 50%. So which means on a 15 year, once your bike is 15 years old, you are paying 50% more on the road tax. Because this R1 has a 1000cc engine, so the displacement is much more bigger, the engine is also much more bigger, and it requires quite an amount of engine oil, so which means you are paying more for the engine oil. So this R1 requires 4 liters of engine oil, and the R6 only requires 2.6 liters of engine oil. So if you are riding an R1, you are paying a lot more on the maintenance. But spare part wise, Yamaha bikes, the Japanese bike, is much more cheaper compared to the continental bike like the Ducati, BMW, MV Agusta, Triumph, because this is not a continental bike, it's a Japanese bike. So the cost for the replacement of the wear and tear parts is about the same, there's no difference. Tires, chains, sprocket, engine oils, pump plug, it's all the same, there's no difference. So if you want to have a comfortable daily ride, you would want to ride the R1 because of the riding posture. Although the riding posture is not as aggressive as the R6, as I've ridden R6 before, the R6 has a very aggressive riding posture as compared to this R1. The seat height is about 830 mm, so it's slightly lower than the Yamaha R6, so which means the seat is much more lower than the handlebar. That's why the riding posture is not that aggressive, and I felt that the R1 it ride more comfortable than the Yamaha R6. Weight wise is a bit heavy, but if you are riding on the road like this, there's no issues unless you are maneuvering around the tight parking lots or any roads that requires you to make a U-turn. You'll be having a hard time maneuvering your bike around. I would say the Yamaha R1 is not a comfortable bike if heat is a main concern, because underneath the tank is a 1000cc engine, so there'll be a lot of heat being generated from the engine. If you're riding in the daytime, like right now, you'll be feeling a lot of heat around your leg area, which is not very comfortable if you are looking for a comfortable daily bike. I've been riding this Yamaha R1 for about a year plus. I have no regret buying this bike, just that sometimes I feel that riding a Yamaha R1 in Singapore is pretty overkill, because there are many traffic lights and sometimes the traffic is pretty bad, especially during peak hour, so you can't really ride fast. And the gearing on this Yamaha R1 is also very tall, so if I'm riding in a small road, usually I'll be riding in gear 1 or gear 2, but on the highway, like right now, I'm able to cruise my bike at gear 6. Yamaha bikes also well known for its reliability, so for the past 1 year plus, I don't have any issues with the bike. Just that, some of the wear and tear parts will need to be replaced, and it's pretty normal, I would say, unless you're buying a continental bike, because some of the continental bike it's prone to have a lot of issues. So if you ask me if Yamaha R1 can it be considered a daily bike, yeah, I would say yes, it can be a daily bike, and it really depends on what you want end of the day. So this is my favorite corner, but there's vehicle in between. Okay, need to overtake. Yeah, so this is part of my favorite corners. what I was talking about, the weight of the bike. Yeah, when you're cornering the bike, sometimes it's really hard for you to switch from left to right because of the weight of the bike. As I've ridden the Yamaha R6 before, I would say the R6 has a better flexibility because the R6 is pretty light. It weighs around 170 kg. Whereas on this R1 is about 206 kg. So in the last few videos, I did the likes and dislikes about this Yamaha R1. So if you guys haven't watched the video, you guys should go and watch it. So I was sharing with you guys what are my likes, what are my dislikes about this Yamaha R1 after owning for about a year. Oh damn, I'm stuck in the traffic under the hot sun. So hot. The engine heat is blowing against my leg. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. So if you guys are planning to buy the Yamaha R1 as a daily bike, I wouldn't stop you, because end of the day it really depends on what you want. Do you want to have a comfortable bike to ride? Is engine heat is your concern? Are you willing to spend extra money on the maintenance like engine oil, and also extra costs for the Roadtax, and also insurance? By itself, it can be a daily bike, because I'm using this Yamaha R1 almost every single day, and I've been riding this bike for about a year plus. So if you guys have any questions that you want to know or you want to ask, you can always DM me on my IG, or you can comment down below. I will help you guys out. So I will see you guys in the next one. Ride safe and bye.
I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as